Hello viewers and welcome back to another video on the channel. My name's Wayne. Welcome to Wayne's World. I hope you've had a good week without the stresses of Arsenal playing. I hope you've enjoyed some of the international football or just staying away from football really, considering how you might have been feeling after 3 losses in a row. I really wouldn't blame you if you went without football for a week at all. Obviously over the past week we saw the end of the transfer window where we brought in a new right back in Tomiyasu. Welcome to the club, welcome him to London. We're going to talk about the Norwich game here today. We're going to preview it, and as always, I'm going to pick my predicted 11 for the Norwich game tomorrow. Will Tomiyasu be starting? I don't know, maybe, but I'm happy to have a new right back. We also saw the likes of Bellerin leave on deadline day, and we wish him well. Hopefully he has a successful loan over in Spain, but for now, the transfers are done. The action is back tomorrow against Norwich at the Emirates. I'm excited for the game. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below for more Arsenal content. Give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying as well. I really appreciate it. Let's get into the video and let's preview Norwich. So obviously, the big thing to note about the Norwich game this weekend is it's a bit of an early relegation 6-pointer. Arsenal are bottom with Norwich. Neither of us have a win. We don't have a goal. They've scored 1. Both of us have conceded quite a lot. We obviously saw in our last game against Man City, we got absolutely slapped. So this is a good time now, hopefully, for us to bounce back, get our first win on the board, and hopefully start a little bit of a run of momentum. We've played Chelsea, we've played Man City, obviously we played Brentford first game of the season, and it wasn't the easiest start. But I think outside of maybe the Spurs North London derby, which everyone knows just how big of a game that is for Arsenal and Arsenal fans, we've got a little bit of a favourable run of fixtures, so hopefully we can see some results and some style and some good performances along the way. Obviously, as I said before, this is 20th against 19th, but I don't think that just beating Norwich is going to be enough in this case. I think we have to play well. While we don't necessarily have to score 4 or 5 goals in a victory, it would be nice if we did, but I think a lot of Arsenal fans right now want to see chances, want to see consistent sort of attacking patterns. We want to see our best players, the likes of Pepe, the likes of Aubameyang, the likes of Ødegaard, sort of be allowed to flourish in a system that creates consistent chances and at least makes us a threat on the attack. Defensively, we've not started the season well, but it will be fantastic to basically see, apart from maybe Tomiyasu, our first choice defence starting at the Emirates. We've got Gabriel back from injury, which we're all excited to welcome him back. We've missed him. We've got Ben White, who's hopefully recovered fully from COVID. He should be starting next to him, I think, at centre-back. We've got Tierney hopefully coming back from Scotland unscathed, no injury problems. And then Thomas Partey as well. He has missed all of the games so far this season after an injury in pre-season. I'm so happy to have him back, especially at a time now where Xhaka is suspended. It will be really, really interesting to see if him and Lokonga, who has started this season really well, can strike up a positive partnership. We want to see some progression in midfield. It's something that Xhaka kind of slows down tempo-wise. He's a good forward passer, but dribbling-wise, on the ball, he's a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish, concrete, flat-footed. Sambi and Partey don't have those issues. So hopefully, a little bit of dynamism, a little bit of athleticism will go a long way to setting us up for a good performance against Norwich. I'm really interested to see what front four we're going to go for, because this is probably the first time that Arteta's had a fully fit front four for ages. We've got obviously Martinelli there if he wants to use him. Aubameyang's back from COVID. Lacazette has hopefully fully recovered and there's no side effects from COVID. We saw him come on in the sort of latter stages against Man City. Fingers crossed he's not had any sort of setbacks while internationals were on. We've got Pepe, Smith Rowe, Ødegaard, Saka, all hopefully fully fit. There were some stories about Smith Rowe and a slight illness, non-COVID related, thankfully. I don't know. There's no real excuses to go up against Norwich, who don't necessarily sit back. They're quite an open team. They like to play their football as well. There's no excuses not to pick our best 11 in this game and really go for it. And as I said, Arsenal fans just want to see some chances. We've got the lowest XG in the league at the minute, which is not good enough. We're not really creating a lot of clear-cut opportunities for our attackers, which is not good enough. And that's not something that has been an issue just this season. It's something dating back to last season and all the way, I would say, post-lockdown in Arteta's first season. These are things that we hopefully have to change, and hopefully we will see change against Norwich. And as I said earlier, let's just get on a little bit of a run of form. Go up against Norwich, hopefully play some good football. Then we've got Burnley away, follow that. I want to get excited to be an Arsenal fan. I want to get excited for our football. And right now, it just feels like it's a little bit boring and there's not that level of excitement throughout the fan base. And it's disappointing because it is so early on in the season. As with every preview video, we are playing the predicted 11 on the arsreview.com. The link to the game is in the description down below. Feel free to get involved. You can win some cool prizes. For this game, I think there are at least 6 or 7 players who automatically select themselves. I'll switch screen in a second so that you'll be able to see who I'm going for. But I think, given the issues that we've had to start the season, we will be seeing as close to our first choice 11 this game. And I'm hoping that that level of stability and the quality that we'll see come into the team will hopefully be enough to kick us on for the remainder of the season. So here are the players that I think basically pick themselves. Ben White and Gabriel, first choice centre-back partnership. I hope we don't have to see Mari or Holding again for a while. Hopefully White and Gabriel both stay fully fit for as long as possible this season. Tierney picks himself. Lokonga and Partey is the pivot in midfield. We don't really have much choice. El Neni's now got an injury that will keep him out for a couple of weeks. Granit Xhaka is suspended. So the only other alternative is maybe Maitland-Niles or dropping Odegaard back into a position that he can play well but is not really comfortable, and it leaves us potentially a bit susceptible on like the counter-attack and defensively. And I think Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he scored a hat-trick against West Brom, didn't really get much service against Man City, so we'll see him back up front in my opinion, and hopefully against Norwich we can create chances just to give him an opportunity to flourish. Where I think there are potential question marks are in goal, right back, and in 2 of the other 4 attacking positions. Here's why. I'll start with the attacking position. I think Emile Smith-Rowe, if he is sick or is feeling unwell or has not had any sort of training sessions, I think we will rest him, or not risk him I should say. So it completely comes down to his level of fitness. If he is 100% fit and trains and is healthy, I think he'll start. And I think he'll probably play on that left-hand side. But on this right-hand side, because I think that he's not going to be 100% fit, I'm going to go for Pepe. And I don't really mind that because while I'm not Pepe's biggest fan, he gives us another goal threat. And me personally, I'm not a huge fan of 1 goal threat, 3 technicians behind him. I'm not a massive fan of only having Aubameyang available as the pure goal scorer. Yes, Saka can develop. Yes, Smith-Rowe can develop. Yes, Odegaard can develop. But right now, they're not goal threats. And if Aubameyang's being double-teamed, triple-teamed, or just having a bad game, if Aubameyang doesn't score, I'm not certain we can see us scoring. So that's a little bit of a problem within itself. And because of the issues he had last season, we don't know if Aubameyang is ready and fully firing just yet. So I think having Pepe on that right-hand side allows for Saka, who has played well on this left-hand side for us before, and he came on against Brentford and he played there and made quite a difference off the bench. I think Saka will come in on that left-hand side and fill out that front 4. So we've got 2 technical players and 2 goal threats, which I think could be good for the balance in terms of going up against Norwich, who will leave us space and allow us to create some chances. In defence, we've signed Tomiyasu, who by all accounts is going to be a really, really good signing. He really fits into sort of the hybrid role for a right back that Arteta seems to want. It's not my personal preference, but if that's what Arteta wants, good luck with what he's trying to set up there. I don't think Tomiyasu is going to be ready just yet, although it will be nice to see him come off the bench. But obviously he's been at international duty and he's only just come to London. He sorted out all of his work permit and his photographs at the club yesterday and everything. So I think for this right back position, I think we'll see Callum Chambers. I would like to see Ainsley Maitland-Niles All Arsenal fans are aware of what happened with Maitland-Niles to end the transfer window. He's been given, whether it's assurances or promises, I'm not 100% sure. But it would be nice if we kind of stuck to that and didn't just wait for the Wimbledon game in the Carabao Cup to play him or something like that. I think Chambers will come in due to the system that we're looking to implement, but I wouldn't mind seeing Maitland-Niles play there at right back. And then in goal, the big question is, do we finally start Aaron Ramsdale in a Premier League game? We've seen Leno start the season, but in our one win so far, fair enough against not the best opposition, Aaron Ramsdale kept a clean sheet, and he actually played quite well. Distribution was great, coming to collect crosses and stuff. Things that Leno have not excelled at recently, Ramsdale excelled at. And I think if you're ever going to start him, now is the right time. It's very difficult to make a case for Leno outside of the fact that he's been our number one for however many seasons. He's shipped 5 goals against Man City, and while not all of them were his fault, I would definitely say the first one was avoidable. He could have come and claimed that cross, and it would have meant Gundogan didn't get an easy header at the back post. That was disappointing in my opinion. If I was in charge, I would start Ramsdale. Because we've got a favourable run of fixtures, because Ramsdale is basically the future number one now. He's not been signed as a backup at £30 million or whatever the price was. He's coming in to be a future number one. I would start him and give him this run of fixtures. But I think Mikel Arteta's going to pick Leno, so that's the one I'm going to go for. That's my starting 11. Let me know your starting 11 down in the comments below. If you disagree with any of these, do you think Smith Rowe is going to be 100%? Would you play him if he was? Do you like that balance? There's a big sort of debate in the Arsenal fan base. Do you like that balance of 3 technicians behind an attacker? Do you think we need more than one sort of goal threat on the pitch at any given time? Does it have to be Aubameyang plus Pepe? Does it have to be Aubameyang plus Lacazette? Does it have to be Lacazette and Martinelli? Whatever sort of relationship you want on the pitch. Does it have to be 2 of them? Can we get enough goals with Smith Rowe, Ødegaard and Saka behind? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm doubtful, but I've been wrong in the past. If that is the 11 that Mikel Arteta selects, I definitely think they're good enough to go out and get a win. This is a huge game now. We have to get the result, but more importantly, for Arsenal fans to get sort of any belief in the remainder of the season, and for that atmosphere at the home stadium to not turn toxic, and to have everyone at least give some belief that we can finish top 6, top 7, and get back into European football. Man, we have to have a good performance on the pitch. It can't just be a scrappy 1-0 win, take the points, and alright, we'll go on to Burnley. We've started this season so badly. We need to be uplifted in sort of our beliefs of what we can achieve. We heard Edu say we're not targeting top 4, we're not targeting top 6 and whatnot, but as fans, we don't think like that. We want to be the best that we can be. And it's just difficult to see that right now because of the poor start. But there's no excuses now. We've basically got a fully fit team outside of potentially Tomiyasu and Granit Xhaka, obviously, who's suspended. This is your chance now, Mikel, to put the imprint on this lineup and give us this almighty vision that you've got for the club. I'll be at the stadium. If you are as well, feel free to come along and say hi. If not, enjoy the game from wherever you're watching it. Fingers crossed we can finally get a win. We just want to feel good. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to hit that like button as well. I will be streaming over on Twitch this weekend, a mixture of some Football Manager and other games as well. Link down to the Twitch is below. And I'm also taking part in a new podcast with another Arsenal fan. It's called Can You Believe It? And I'll leave a link to that down in the description as well. But until the next one, take care, stay safe, enjoy the game, Arsenal fans. Fingers crossed we get the win. And I'll see you for the review. Peace.